Hey guys, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Can't keep this ball rolling without you guys clicking play on these episodes. And if you're listening on audio, I implore you to please take this time to follow us wherever you're listening to this podcast. Leave a review if that is an option, and just share it wherever it is that you share. No matter how many followers you have, if someone clicks share on this and posts it somewhere, that shows the algorithm that this podcast might be worth listening to, and it could help us get more ears and eyes on it. And if it isn't any trouble for you, please click subscribe on the YouTube, and the notification bell enabled so that you will be notified when we go live or post a new video just like this one. And also same thing for audio. Follow it, leave a review, like the episode wherever it is you get your podcast from. It helps a lot and costs absolutely nothing. And if you want to support monetarily, there's a link in the description where you can tip Frankie here. And also a link in the description where you can find the Patreon, you can find the Cameo, you can find all that stuff. The YouTube, you're already on, most of you. And if you'd like to become a member over there, I suggest you do that because there's a lot of cool behind-the-scenes footage from secret shows and stuff like that in the background. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you guys to death with a super long intro. I'm going to let you guys get to it. This episode is super short. Just a simple check-in so that I'm continuing to release content, but also I'm just exhausted. And sorry for that, but this episode is only about 15 minutes long, and you'll get through it pretty quick. And I don't really talk about a whole lot of substance here, but you got to understand, I'm just tired, but I still want to get something out to you. And this is that. So that being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out. And I believe this is episode number 7. Is it number 7? It's number something. Anyway, enjoy it. And thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow everywhere audio podcasts are available. Thanks, guys. Enjoy it. So yeah, this is just a super duper quick check-in with you guys. And not like a normal episode. I'm just going to be full on honest with you. I'm tired. I got up very early this morning and got some things done, helped a homie out, and then went and worked full shift, and I'm exhausted right now. And I could stream tonight, but I doubt I'm going to. I'm just tired. But I've been committed to releasing content in some form every week, even if it's just like a little few minute check-in with you guys, and that's what this is going to be. So, this week, stupid things happened in sports. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm thinking about it, so I'm going to say Alabama lost. The Atlanta Braves got knocked out of the playoffs. Both of my favorite teams had terrible situations befall them, and it bothered me to no end. That's the end of that part of the story. I'm gonna be honest. I've started recently playing Grand Theft Auto. Oh, switching gears, by the way. I should have told you that. I started playing Grand Theft Auto 5 recently, and to be honest, I thought I would love this game so much, and I quite frankly don't. It's all right, but it's not like knock your socks off incredible, like holy shit, how have I lived my entire life without this game, like Red Dead 2 was. So I'm not as excited about jumping into live streaming every single night, which I kind of need to do that anyway because I got to get my watch hours up. I need to not let off the gas because then eventually I'll just stop streaming, and that's not good because I need to continue to stream to keep churning out that small bit of revenue that it's producing. And dude, Grand Theft Auto is just not doing it for me. I'm not at work thinking about Grand Theft Auto. But when I was at work, I would be thinking about Red Dead 2. It's just an all around better game. And GTA is just, it's not, shout out to Rockstar for making good content, but dude, GTA just ain't it for me. I'm going to keep playing it, and I'm going to try to do some roaming around and whatnot, but it's just not as fun for me as other games are, and I would rather play something that I enjoy, something that I have fun with. And this game ain't doing it. I kind of want to go back and play like a Hogwarts Legacy again, or do some Baldur's Gate again, like play those games again, knowing what I knew, knowing what I learned. But to be honest, I kind of just want to go back to Red Dead. I just kind of want to go back and just keep playing as John and just keep doing the Red Dead thing. It's just such a vastly better game and situation. But I know you guys don't care about nonsense like that. So I'll also say that just there's been some other things that went down this week. Just some things that have come to light, some things that have needed to not, some things that did not need to be swept under the rug anymore. The rug has been removed and things are out there, which is good. Good changes are coming. And like I said, I'm so very tired today that I'm only going to talk for another minute or so. And this is going to be the shortest released content episode ever, but it's still going to come out at the same time. It's still going to be released. It's still going to be regularly released like everything else is. I just don't want to put any more time in it. I finished Rings of Power Season 2, which I am in love with this show, and I think it is perfect, and everybody who hates it is just wrong. And that's just how I feel about it. And I don't care about the lore. I'm not that much of a dork to where, oh, well, it doesn't line up with the original Tolkien manuscripts that were written. It doesn't exactly line up with his idea of it. And look, I get it, but I don't care. It's a good show. It's a good premise. It's good characters. And the people who play the characters, they're good. I like the actors and the actresses, and the actresses and the actors. Theys and thems. I like them. I like all of them. It's a good show. And I can't wait until season 3 comes out in 2 years, because that's how long it'll take. For sure. But I finished that this week. There's a couple more things that I want to start watching now that it's October. Spooky season is around, and I've stocked up on some scary things that I need to get to watching. So I'm probably going to be utilizing some of this time to do that. Some of this time when I'm not going to be streaming as much. And maybe I would stream as much. But like I said, I'm not in love with this game that I'm playing. It doesn't like, it's not firing me up like like Red Dead was. Like, I was stoked to get home and fuck with Red Dead, but like now I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I could I would honestly just rather go live and just do a smoke and chill, and just not even play a game anymore than to do, I don't know. And now I'm getting better at it, and it's fun, and I'll be playing it, and I'll be like, oh, this is fun. But it's just not I I don't like being able to flip back and forth between I thought that'd be a cool thing that I would enjoy, but I just don't enjoy it. I'm not finding myself enjoying it at all. So, hashtag over it already. But we'll see. I got a couple more games. The homie Boba Fett hooked it up for, dropped me a little birthday gift in my Steam. By the way, my birthday is Monday the 14th. And I want to go sign up for Kill Tony on that day, but we'll see what I feel like. It'd be really cool to get pulled out of the bucket on my birthday. That'd be fun. But yeah, I'm grasping at things in my mind to talk about, and I'm kind of coming up short. But I kind of feel like I need to make some sort of monumental point in this to make the episode worthwhile. And by episode, I mean whatever I get out in the next couple minutes. Something that I was talking about today is I haven't been doing comedy very long compared to other folks, but I've been doing music for a really long time, and I feel like I took some lessons that I learned in playing music, and I've applied them to my stage presence comedically, and it's not the same thing at all, music and comedy, but it's similar enough in that you provide a product for a live room of people, and these people react to the product that you provide. And once you get that art is all that, pretty much, is that you're just putting something for yourself out there. I was telling Greg DePaul today that I have a very specific way that I want my music to sound. I don't want to be in a studio with a producer and they're going, "Hey, that was cool. Why don't you try this?" I'm not interested in that. I know what I want the thing to sound like. I know the instruments I want to put there. I don't want your input on what I should put in here or what I shouldn't, because then it's going to sound like you. And I don't want it to sound like you. I want it to sound like me. If I sounded like everybody else out there that you produce, then what would you need me for? Applying that to comedy. If I go out there and I talk about the same shit that everybody else is talking about, and I have a similar cadence that someone else has, like if I'm just doing something that's already been done that someone else has already done, what the fuck do you need me for? And I think that's a wise way to look at this situation, is you have to be unique, because if you're not, then you're fucked. If you're not unique, if you don't have anything special to bring to the table, if you don't have anything that is exclusive to you and your experience, then what do we need you for? You know? So that's one of the things that I was equating together today, is like one of the tricks that I use in my stage presence for comedy that I learned from years of doing the music thing. It was pretty cool. Last night, some people came to the show, and I saw South Carolina licenses, and I was like, "Oh shit, Little River!" I'm literally from there. I lived in Little River for a year, and did many gigs there. And then they went upstairs and enjoyed the show. And when they came out, they came over to me and was like, "Dude, I realized that when I got upstairs, you're Yonder. I've seen you on Kill Tony, and I got excited when you shouted out Myrtle Beach. Man, what was the name of your band?" And I said, Cornbread. He's like, "Man, I saw you guys play all the time down in Myrtle's Inlet." And it made me feel good to know that after all these years, there was still somebody out there that had seen the Cornbread era of me, which was a very specific and interesting era of my life. But yeah, man, I was stoked. I was stoked when that happened. That made me feel good that these guys remembered me. And because I talk about it at work all the time, I kind of brag on my band and how well we used to do and stuff. And it was nice to have some people come up to work and like to the new world that I'm living in here and kind of give me a little glimpse into the past of, oh man, I remembered, and I felt a similar way about like, oh, that's cool, man. That makes me feel nice. And it was just a cool moment. But that same thing is like, because Cornbread was we weren't like every other band. We weren't like all the other bands that play the cover song exactly how it goes with the same solo, the same way. Like we didn't do that, man. That wasn't our style. We literally made our own gravy. We figured it out on between the three of us. We would just, if one of us knew a song, we'd do it. And it was cool. And I feel like doing the same thing, going on stage comedy-wise, and doing the same thing where I go out there and like trying to do something that is exclusive to me, so that nobody else can lay claim to that or on my voice or whatever. I think that's a beneficial way to look at doing things, not just art forms, but also in life. Like you have to do certain things a certain way to invoke a certain reaction from the universe. But it's important that you do these things that are important to you in a way that is unique to yourself. Because if you're just like everybody else out there, what the fuck do they need you for? Be yourself. It's easy. All you have to do is be the person that you feel like you are inside your head. And if that person ends up being a shitty person, the people around you will let you know. And then maybe be somebody else. But until then, just be yourself, man. All this being said, I've been talking for 15 minutes. I know that this is the most super short blip of an episode ever, but we're still going to count it as the short talk. And I just wanted to give you guys a little something to keep the ball rolling. And thank you guys for helping me keep the ball rolling. So I really appreciate that. If you guys want to help, I can't keep my eyes open, guys. I don't know if you guys, and I haven't even smoked. It's just hard to hold them open. I'm tired. If you guys want to help out monetarily, you can hit up Frankie there. Tip Frankie. There's a link in the description of this video and episode. If you're listening on audio, there's a link in the description there as well. And if you guys want to help out in another way, it costs you absolutely nothing. Simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow everywhere that audio podcasts are available, and leave a review as well for the audio podcast. And once again, just like and subscribe to the video. And honestly, I'm just going to ramble myself to death over here if I don't stop now. So I'm just going to stop now and let you guys know that, good Lord, it's good to see you. I'm happy to have you all here. Do something nice for somebody this week and don't tell a soul on earth that you did it. Go listen to Tom Waits. Just do it. I have a playlist if you want it. Just ask. It's worth listening to. And watch Rings of Power. If you like Lord of the Rings at all, go watch Rings of Power on Amazon Prime. It's a good show. And I like it, and I want other people to like it too. And if you don't, it's okay. But I just think that I think that if people don't like it, then they're just kind of, I don't know. They're taking it too seriously, man. It's a show. But anyway, I'm getting out of here, guys. Be good people, and even after a nasty Vanderbilt loss, a hearty Roll Tide to each and every one of you.